So as we're right in the heart of fall and winter season, I thought it was about time I started breaking down my top fives into my favourite notes. So we're starting off with tobacco and I'm going to be back in just a second. So welcome back, you're watching the Luxury Franks Boss channel. My name's Scott, of course I'm the Luxury Franks Boss. Thank you so much for joining me for another one of my top fives. As I said, today I'm going to be talking about tobacco. I've got 5 of my favourite tobacco fragrances for this season. They're going to be different to last season's ones because I've got a few new additions and there's also a few new fragrances come out since then. So let's get on with it. Just before I do though, I want to say welcome to the channel. If this is your first video and you are new to the channel, think about hitting that subscribe button as well as hitting that notification bell. That way you'll know anytime I release a new video. Otherwise, thank you again for joining me once again. I hope you enjoy my new lighting effects going on behind me. I've got like a flickering light going on. That's to give the idea of like a fire burning apparently. So let me know what you think about that. I thought it'd be quite appropriate as we are talking about tobacco fragrances. So let's crack on with my number 5 then. This is kind of a joint number, well, no, actually, no, that's number 4. Let's start off with number 5. Number 5 is, number 5's only got limited availability, which is why this one falls into number 5, but it is an incredible tobacco fragrance. The one I'm talking about is from the house of Terence Hughes. He's an indie perfumer in the UK, this one right here. Fantastic new house. I was very, very lucky enough that he sent me pretty much the whole of his collection at the time, which was 7 fragrances. And this is my absolute favourite one. I know this one gets a lot of love from a lot of reviewers. The only reason it's in number 5, as I said, is because it's only available in the UK to be able to go and sort of try out. Otherwise, you can order a discovery set and his scents, and he will ship to the US. So I'm going to put the links for like the websites and stuff like that you can go to, including Terence Hughes, AaronTerenceHughes.com, I believe it is. Also Fascinations Perfumery in England and also Bloom Perfumery in London. So I'm going to put all the links below for that one. But this one is just a beautiful sort of powdery tobacco, oud and vanilla. What this separates this really from your regular sort of tobacco and vanilla, your regular tobacco and vanilla is the oud that sits in this one. It gives it it's got quite a strong presence and it really sort of boosts the tobacco, which sort of takes down the vanilla a little bit. So it's not quite sweet as other sort of tobacco vanillas, but it is absolutely stunning. Like I say, it's a nice powdery one with that oud in it. It's got tremendous lasting power and a little bit of a punch about it as well. This one goes around sort of 3 or 4 feet projection, but absolutely fantastic fragrance. But because of its limited availability, that's the only reason I'm sticking it at number 5, because I do wear this fragrance quite a lot. Now in number 4, as I said, we've got a joint number 4. I think of these as being sort of in the same room but kind of in different corners. These are more like your much more masculine smelling tobaccos. A lot of the other tobaccos that are out there are sort of more like sweet pipe tobacco. What I love about these two are the fact that they're more like a stout cigar-y tobacco. It's more like the smell of a beautiful sort of luxurious high-end cigar lounge. I think of as being in like New York or somewhere like that, where you got sort of leather upholstery, you got like whiskey and rums and sort of cognacs floating around in the air. You got beautiful wooden, sort of really rich sort of finished in wooden furniture. And the two I'm talking about, unfortunately I can't find the sample for Sandor 70s from Carner Barcelona, but the one I do have, which is fairly new in my collection, is Tabarome Millesime from the House of Creed. I said these are both very, very similar in the way that they kind of smell. I'd say the Sandor 70s probably got a bit more lasting power than this one. This one's a little bit softer. I mean, well, I say lasting power. This one's probably a little bit softer when it comes to projection. For me, I know there's a lot of mixed reviews about this one as to how it projects and sort of the longevity on it. For me, I find it's one lasts on me. I can wake up the next morning, I can still smell this one pretty strong. I have absolutely no problems with this one, but I've heard other people complain about its longevity. But I mean, everyone's different, everyone's got different skin chemistry. But for me, these two, if you're looking for something sort of really masculine, and like I say, like a cigar-y kind of tobacco smell, something a little bit different and a little bit more unique, definitely try out these two. This one's, I'd say the Tabarome's a little bit sweeter because you've got, or like a little bit spicier, I should say. I'd say the Carner Barcelona Sandor 70s is much more, I'd say, woodier. And this one's got a little bit more spice in it because of that ginger that sits in the heart notes, but both absolutely stunning fragrances. And if you are looking for something a little bit different and more masculine, definitely check those two out. So in at number 3, a fairly new one to me that I discovered earlier this year, which I'm absolutely loving. I've tried a few fragrances from the house of Nishani. I'm sure you can guess which one I'm going to talk about now. I've tried a few from the house of Nishani, but not too many of them have really impressed me, except for this one. This one I really did fall in love with. The surprising thing about this one is it's got coconut in, which I generally do not like. I've got virgin island water. My wife wears it. I can't stand it. To me, it smells like a bottle of Malibu. I know there's a lot of people out there love it and think it's the perfect beach fragrance, but for me, if I'm looking for something with coconut in, which as I said, I can't stand, the rum and the coconut that go along with the tobacco in this one just make it absolutely stunning. I know this is a fan favorite of a lot of you out there. Fan Your Flames is of course the one I'm talking about. And once I smell this, and I got it on my finger last night, I just could not stop smelling my thumb. So I've done exactly the same thing now as I've done opening that. But this one's just beautiful. Like I say, with that coconut and the rum, it gives us sort of very, very different vibe. It's kind of like if you imagine sort of drinking a coconut, like a rum and like coconut water, I guess, but with like a burning fire or something like that going on in the background. That's really what this is. It's not sort of too tobacco-y. It's not like a sweet tobacco as such. The sweetness is lended by the coconut note in this one and that rum. But the tobacco in this one, I think, is possibly a cigar-y tobacco or some kind of other tobacco. It's not like your sweet pipe tobacco that I've said like in a lot of other fragrances. So in number 3, definitely one that I will be buying very, very soon is Fan Your Flames from the house of Nishani. So at number 2, I've actually got another two-way. These are both from the same house. Very, very, very sexy fragrances from a very, very sexy house. The house is Initio, and the two I'm going to talk about as far as tobacco fragrances are definitely Rehab, which I've only got a sample of here. I hope to add this to my collection sometime in the near future. Unfortunately, we're a little bit strapped for cash at the moment because we've got a lot of expenses going out at this time between me and my wife, and I've got a lot of stuff going on. And the other one is of course Side Effect, which my wife already owns, that she bought in Selfridges when we were back in London last year for my friend's wedding. These are sort of quite similar. I mean, I find most of the Initio line in this colour bottle anyway tend to be quite similar. They sort of float around vanilla and sort of rum or tobacco tobacco notes, but all absolutely stunning fragrances like Psychedelic Love. I'm trying to think of the names of the other ones off the top of my head. I've not smelt Blessed Baraka, but yeah, Psychedelic Love, and unfortunately I'm throwing a blank on the others. But yeah, these are definitely sort of similar in terms of sort of the tobacco note. But this one, it takes it along a much more rummy and sort of rum and vanilla, and this one's much more of a honey tobacco. I really, really love both of them. If you're looking for something that's got more power, definitely go for the Side Effect. Otherwise, if you're looking for something softer, something that's going to make women want to eat you, which is exactly what my wife told me when I wore Rehab, something more, I'd say this one's more appropriate for like a date fragrance because it does smell absolutely yummy. It's got like that real sort of honey tobacco smell about it. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, they're both absolutely stunning, and I love when my wife wears this one as well. This one Side Effects does smell great on me. It smells absolutely incredible on my wife though. And like I said, this one's a real powerful one. So if you're looking for power, go for that one. If you're looking for something more date worthy, definitely hit up Rehab. So that's my number 2. So my number 1 tobacco this year, and I really, really wish I had a full bottle, and I do hope to add a full bottle very, very soon. The most expensive one in the list, and it comes from one of my favourite houses, the house of Clive Christian, and I'm sure you all know this is one of my favourite fragrances, which is Jump Up and Kiss Me Hedonistic from the Addictive Arts line. I'm just absolutely so in love with this fragrance. It's got leather in there, it's got tobacco in there, and there's an incredible black cherry note in there, which absolutely makes this stunning. It gives it like a Coca-Cola-y sort of I'd say vibe rather than smell. It's got that kind of fizzy smell about it, but this one's absolutely stunning. The reason it's called the Addictive Arts Collection is because the way that the science behind how they make this and how they use the molecules, it breaks down, and they are meant to become addictive. Unfortunately, this is the only one that I've had a chance to try from that entire collection. I know there's only 3 other men's fragrances, and obviously it's a total of 4 men's, 4 women's, because they always pair their fragrances. Hedonistic is of course the masculine one, but I'm so in love with this fragrance. I really do hope to add this one to my collection very soon. For a 75ml, I believe it is, it's either 70 or 75ml, this runs at £575. I'm not sure what it is in the US. I don't think I've ever checked the prices in the US, because Clive Christian tends to be a lot less in the UK. I'd recommend, if you can buy stuff in the UK from Clive Christian, definitely do it. You will see a big saving, especially with how weak the pound is at the moment. But yeah, this one, absolutely stunning. Definitely my favourite tobacco fragrance. I wish I had much more of it, because as you can see, I'm going through this one quite quickly. I've only worn it probably 3 or 4 times out the bottle, so I'm going to need a full bottle very, very soon. If my wife's listening, you know what to get me for Christmas. I'm just kidding, baby. So yeah, I mean, that's my top 5, well, top 7, I guess, tobacco fragrances for 2019. I'd love to hear what yours are. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. You can find me at Luxury Fragrance Boss. That we keep up to date with my scent of the day. Anything else I've got going on, I'm going to be posting sort of top 5s, top 10s and things like that, pictures. Anything else? Oh, sorry, I'm cleaning off the desk because the cats keep walking over it and leaving dirt. So yeah, I mean, as I said, in the comment section, let me know your top 5 tobaccos, your favourites. I know there's so many good tobaccos out there. I mean, you got Back to Black from Killian, Naxos from Xershov, so many others out there. But yeah, please let me know in the comment section the ones that you'll be wearing. Other than that, stay smelling fantastic. I look forward to seeing you very soon, and thank you so much for watching.